Last time in Marvel's Spider-Man, the villain Wilson Fisk was defeated in his attempt to kill police officers, blow up his building, leave by helicopter to an undisclosed location that's still in New York. Whatever his plan was, this intro/tutorial of Spider-Man does ask an interesting question. That being, how do superheroes fit within the legal system? Does it function on a similar level to a citizen's arrest, or does the property damage that inevitably ensues when superhero and supervillain clash cause other legal issues to occur? If Spider-Man acquires evidence at a crime scene, is that evidence legally admissible in court, or is not admissible because it was acquired by a vigilante? Now, I'd imagine the answer to the last question would depend on whether or not this story takes place before or after the Sokovia Accords, or the Superhuman Registration Act, depending on whether the game is taking the comic universe or the movie universe into question. Assuming either of these conditions are met, then in theory the superhero in question is performing to some legal capacity, as long as they've signed on board. If either of these Accords Registration Acts exist, it would definitely mean that any citizen's arrest made by any superhero who hasn't agreed to them is likely not valid. While I admit I'm not a lawyer, and my advice should not be utilized in any court of law, I feel that everyone can agree that the ending of Superman, starring Christopher Reeve, takes the cake for a questionable demonstration of a superhero interacting with the legal system. At the end of that movie, after stopping Lex Luthor's evil plan to send rockets into two different directions, he picks up Lex Luthor and just takes him to prison. That's not how the justice system works. Either way, it looks like it's time for Peter Parker to shine. Or at the very least, attempt to hold his life together. As is the case for pretty much every Spider-Man movie, including the Amazing Spider-Mans, including the Tobey Maguire ones. Peter Parker is kind of a mess. Spider-Man is kind of like the catalyst to help him focus himself, because as he's Spider-Man, everything becomes a little bit clearer. Yeah. Ah, okay.
Parker, where are you? The committee will be here soon. We need to run an equipment check.
I'm almost there. Blocks away.
Guess I'll just do it myself.
No, don't. It's not safe.
That is an interesting graffiti of a giant eyeball in the building.
Better get there before he hurts himself.
And you see, like, basically, hold while in the air to dive. Okay. Ah! Too much velocity, too quick. Okay. So far, like, this Spider-Man game hasn't really been doing any moves that are necessarily different from any Spider-Man that has come previously, but it looks fantastic doing what it does. It's kind of like The Order 1886, but with good gameplay. Even if it's more or less copied from other games that came before it. But I imagine as the game progresses, you're probably going to see a lot less of me just swinging about because of its repetitive nature.
I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's Dr. Octopus.
You started without me.
The grant committee's director will be here soon. It's fine, Parker. I invented this equipment. I think I can handle it.
Huh.
Power damper.
That explains why Peter was saying that he was worried that he might get hurt.
Maybe we should abort.
Not yet.
Davis, are you okay?
Another setback.
Now, we know that Doc Ock is a villain in the game based on the trailers, so most likely the next opportunity to see Doc Ock and his entire gear,
Is anyone
or his
hurt?
attempt at
It was
experiment.
all my fault. The energy levels exceeded our expectations. From a certain viewpoint, that's a very positive development.
It doesn't smell very positive.
I assure you, in the next phase.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is there somewhere else we can discuss this?
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off, Peter. But we'll talk later.
You know, as the lab assistant, Peter really shouldn't be blaming himself. Doc Ock is the one with the science.
That was a disaster. How could the dampener have failed? I know Doc said take the day off, but I have to figure out what went wrong.
Although it's interesting, I admit I don't know much about any of the Spider-Man characters and their origins as they go on through the comics. I just know about them from the movies, and in the movie version of Doc Ock, he's attempting to contain a fusion reaction for some reason. Whereas this case, he seems to be it's more about controlling a prosthesis.
Ooh, you are in bad shape, little guy.
So many articulations of movement. I am using a controller to play a character who is using a controller to play another character.
Let's see what's wrong with you.
So everything's screwed up. Oh,
Burned out.
okay.
Damn it. If I had been here to do the pre-check, I would have caught this.
So basically, the pipes hacking minigame that's also used in BioShock is the way to repair this servo. Okay. So I want it to go up, right, down. So I only need a vertical piece there and a horizontal piece there. I can rotate. Ah, there we go. This is a much easier version of that.
Got it.
That was really easy.
Okay, need to reroute some
Okay, this is
control.
in theory going to be more trickier. Let's find out. Some circuit pieces only allow connections from specific directions. So this one can only take from the left. And that can only transmit from right to left, whereas this can only go from left to right. Oh, and I see my circuit can only do those things as well. So in theory, it wants me to go around, around, and around. Like so. Oh, I'm out of those. Which is fine. It's fine.
Nice. Okay, what next? And now rebalance.
In order to set the power voltage control, you must also meet its charge requirement. Some circuits provide a positive or negative charge. Huh. Okay, this is a little bit more complicated. My actual voltage is 0. I want to hit 3. So ultimately that has to be there, and that has to be there. I've got 2 plus 2s, 1 plus 1, and 1 minus 1. So if I do 2 plus 2s and 1 minus 1, that will give me the appropriate voltage. Fantastic. You know, that's what Peter Parker is really known for, is pathing voltages around. That's what he always has done, I believe.
Let's see
Yes.
if that worked.
Okay.
Good as new.
Ah, much better. So if you're a mad scientist about to attach some weird prosthesis onto your back, make sure you even test the most basic of parts of your lab.
Doc's been testing new materials for the prosthetics. He asked me to review his work if I had time. May as well dig in now.
Although actually, even though I believe there are versions of Peter that are the scientist rather than the photojournalist that was Peter Parker in the Spider-Man trilogy.
We're trying to improve the prosthetics hardware. I should review what Doc's been developing and double-check his work.
Okay. Actuator precision.
Doc was trying
more
to
puzzles.
improve the actuator's granularity.
Okay, so this is, I need to move it around this way, so obviously that has to be, and that has to be there. Nope, sorry. No, remove. I mean, when there's only one path that these things can run in, like, you just don't really have a choice.
Nice. Super smooth response. See if we can tune the prosthetics grip force.
Alright, and this one I will need a target voltage of 1. It looks like it's hitting that voltage. I don't have a choice for that to do anything else but that. I'm guessing these eventually become hard. I'd imagine. I mean, like, these are the first two,
That's better. Should
first
avoid
of the
bone
5
crushing
of these
handshakes at
puzzles.
least.
And you get some skill points, I guess, for completing them all. Alright. But there are actually there's some other stuff to do around here, so what is this?
Today's the day. Grant review. We're ready. The work has progressed at a remarkable pace. I honestly never thought we'd get the tensile actuator back to an acceptable tolerance. But Parker, the boy has an eye for guerrilla science like none other. Just as I was ready to order a custom machine replacement part, he returned from the hardware store with a bottle of solvent and a toothbrush. Bang! Actuator problem resolved. The boy is a genius. A chronically late genius. It's already 10 after. Where is he? Surely he couldn't have forgotten today's review.
Sorry I let you down, Doc.
So basically, Peter Parker is MacGyver in this world. Would you like some quality soda? They've got such flavors as Swilco and Sup. That spring water looks quite flavorful next to those other flavors.
Peter, thank you again for doing these blind reviews. Peer review is the backbone of great science. You know, as we've prepped for the upcoming fitting, I felt an itch in the back of my brain. Is this really the best method of limb replacement? Silly, I know, but I keep thinking, might there be another way?
Well, there are always many ways to solve any given problem. This just happens to be one way. Unknown substance
Doc is testing a new
found.
contact material for the prosthetic.
Your goal is to identify the unknown substance by its absorption spectrum. Use fragments of the unknown substance and try to match up to the absorption lines in the spectrum. Okay. So that one looks like it's kind of like this. Place, yes, yes. And then... And... Hydrogel polymer composite.
Composite. Strong, but there's a lot of impedance. Better tell Doc to keep looking for other materials. All right. I should get out of here before I screw things up for Doc even more.
Did I already unlock more circuits? Okay, I'll go take a look. I actually kind of like I do enjoy that whole like mini game. Oh, but I can't actually look at it. No, it said additional spectrograph. Ooh, can I walk back here? No, I cannot. And by here I meant where they're talking to Doc. Oh, they said additional spectrograph, not the pipe dream. It would be nice if I was able to... There we go. Got a run button. Oh, and there's also spectrograph projects as well. Because there's never enough side missions. You need side missions upon your side missions. You need side missions that have side missions within the side missions. Actually, those things already exist.
Beautiful.
Polydimethyl siloxane. As you can tell, I'm not a science major. Of any sort.
Looks like another potential prosthetic contact material.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Two absorption lines overlap, they combine into a thicker absorption line. We want those thick absorption lines. So we got one, and there should be... Maybe this one? No. This might be trickier. Oh, I got it. There we go. And now for the last one, there's... Or should I say the middle one. There's that. And that one doesn't have any thicker absorption lines. So... But I'll still need two of them. Alright. Fantastic. Just identified some hydrogel IPN.
Hydrogel IPN. This looks promising. Bet it'd be a great tissue interface.
I wonder if there's anything story related you're going to gain from doing all those, or if it's just for the bonus XP. And I believe I also have to talk to Aunt May as well. Like there's supposed to be a meetup with her. You know, spiders swinging behind your back, that's just fancy. You don't have to do it, but it just looks cool.
Spider-Man, it's Yuri.
Fisk make it to Rikers yet?
Not Rikers. Our boy qualifies for the VIP treatment. He's in the raft.
Ah, joining Scorpion, Electro, and the rest. Fisk should be honored. That's a steam company.
Can you swing by the precinct? Got an issue that could benefit from your unique skill set.
For you, Yuri? Anything. I'm on my way.
Alright, now how do I...
Huh. Looks like Jameson's got a new episode out. Wonder what my #1 fan thinks about the Fisk takedown.
This is Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize-winning two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Hey, plug the book. And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's books, Spider-Man, Threat, or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge. No personalizations, don't ask, not gonna get it. Welcome to Just
He seems to be a bit more,
alerting you to the threats
like,
you don't even know
more
about.
bent and
Let's dive right into the call.
kind of insane than his usual version.
You gotta give Spider-Man respect for taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob boss is good for everyone.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix my toilet and shut up! Let me explain something to you about crime bosses. Soon as one goes down, every punk with a gun, a tracksuit, and a drawer full of gold chains decides he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war in the streets, but does that whip-headed moron give a damn? Of course not. He got on TV. That's what counts.
Interesting that JJ is essentially taking the Kingpin's viewpoint.
And you'll be singing a different tune when 3 new mobs are
That the presence of a crime boss keeps the peace in the city. It keeps the ambitious crime bosses to be in check.
Now that you quit smoking, what do you tell people when you come up here?
That I need a break from their crap.
Fair enough. So, why'd you call? Need a date to the policeman's
At one point, is Spider-Man going to fix his costume?
No ball this year anyway. We spent too much integrating Oscorp's surveillance tech.
Worth it though, right?
It was. Till an hour ago. The system went down. Citywide. Every tower.
How?
They tell me someone sabotaged the central server, and now all the towers are offline.
Inside job?
Maybe. I'll figure it out later. Right now, we need to get the towers back online. Fast.
And you called me? Aw, that's sweet.
I called someone I could trust. Plus, the signals are scrambled and we have no idea how to fix it.
Ooh. I love a challenge.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me. Let's take a look at this tower.
It's a good thing there's a tower right here.
Input bands have been shifted.
More puzzles. Let's see. Let's match the... There. And, like... There we go. A lot of puzzles. More puzzles than I expected. But then I guess, like, you got your main activities and your side activities.
Not just a pretty mask, huh?
Whatever you did, any chance you could do it to the other towers?
Sure, but just so you know, I had to sync up with the tower to fix it. I'm seeing all crime data in the area now. Looks like there's a break-in happening near me.
Great. I've got units nearby.
Don't bother. I'm on it.
So basically, this is like the Assassin's Creed towers. You view it, and then you get to see the other side missions you can do in the area.
Watch my back.
I'm sorry, track-suited criminal. You have no chance against the Spider-Man.
Pretty sure these guys didn't forget their keys.
Enemies... Oh, they block most attacks if you have a melee weapon. Alright.
You ain't ready for this.
Yeah.
That's gonna leave a mark.
There we go. Okay. crime tokens. So you collect crime tokens.
Wrapped up.
Thanks for that. Now I'm seeing an assault near you.
You're in luck, Yuri. Your favorite tough but lovable, grizzled, seen-too-much detective is in town.
What? No. You promised you wouldn't do that any...
Spider Cop.
Please, no.
Alright, let's stop this disturbance.
So you're the snitch?
Back off, creep.
Yep, she's the one.
I said back off! Leave me alone!
Keep it quiet, lady.
Don't touch me! Help! Help!
Get away from her.
Oh, crap. Spider-Man.
Brutes will block your melee attacks. Okay.
Can't hit him. Finally, a real fight.
Ah. Oh, so basically Kingpin-esque characters. Ah, god damn it. That sucked. I guess dodging away from him does not dodge?
Get away from her.
Okay, you gave me the tip the first time. But I clearly didn't listen to you. I feel like I'm trying to memorize too many different... Ah, damn it. Yep, no, that's the map. Do they really need all these different kinds of enemy types? And use L to aim and press R1 to dodge. Okay. Alright.
All clear, ma'am.
I knew Jameson was wrong about you. You're a little weird, but you got a good heart.
Have you...
I will
somewhere
accept
to go?
that.
I can take care of myself.
I'm sure you can, but just in case, there's a place called the Feast Center.
Seen it. I don't want charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Mom used to make those. Haven't had any in a long time. I'll check it out.
Wheat cakes?
Spider guy.
It's Spider-Man. Oh well. Should be able to spot the next tower from up there.
And thusly the cycle begins. Ah. Finding towers, performing side missions.
Spies his destination. A second surveillance tower.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No! Of course not! The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
Alright, there's the tower. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, groovy.
Bet I can modify these towers to track more than just crimes.
And it even does an Assassin's Creed-esque spin around the city.
score. Towers are picking up all kinds of RFID signals now, including one nearby. What is that?
It looks like a backpack or some sort of bear. And wait, was it? Ah, it's down there. Ah, backpack. That's been webbed to the wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
One of my old backpacks from high school. Forgot I attached tracking dots to these. Wonder how many of these are scattered around the city.
Too many are scattered around the city. How did he afford so many backpacks? I guess there shouldn't be anything. Okay, so I can go and I just haven't unlocked that the descramble the thing yet. That's the technical term for it.
Still
55
there? Got a robbery a few
backpacks.
blocks away.
Spider Cop's on it. Part man, part spider, all cop.
Open the safe! Do it!
Hey, fellas.
Ah! Spider-Man! Shoot him!
Ah, this is a little tight. Although the camera angle was pretty interesting in regards to exploring. Oh, here's one more.
More of them? Guys, if you worked this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals.
Nice.
All right, Yuri. I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you mean Spider Cop's gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking, Yuri. Policing's a young man's game, and Spider Cop, well, he's no spring chicken.
Please be going where I think you're going.
As of today, Spider Cop is officially retired.
Oh, thank God. I need a drink.
We'll all drink tonight, Yuri. Drink to the memory of Spider Cop's tireless... Yuri? Yuri, you there? Guess the emotion of the moment overwhelmed her.
I wonder how many times I'm gonna have to do, like, this is, the other minigames are kind of fun, but this one, it's just really basic, like, is it really that much better than just going up there and pressing a button? Yeah.
Not good. Can't have people taking pictures of my 3 chest hairs. Tools I need for suit repair at the lab. Wonder if Dr. Octavius is left for the day. Doctor, how did it go with the committee? I'm so sorry I screwed things up.
Not at all, Peter. They're just nervous in the face of imminent triumph. They'll calm down. They always do.
Should I head back to the lab for cleanup?
No. I'm stepping out for dinner anyhow. We'll resume tomorrow. Short break, then back to creating the future.
Wish I could bottle and sell that man's optimism. Sounds like he's left the lab for the day. Good time to work on my suit in private.
Hey, that was the same eyeball that was graffitied onto that other building. They're just reusing graffiti around the city. Where's the originality in art these days? Ah.
All units be advised, break-in in progress. Officers needed in the East Village.
Thank you for watching. If you've still got the itch for more content, why not give one of those links a try? Got some questions or comments? You can comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. In the meantime, so long, folks.